Hi, welcome to the lesson. I'm going to show you 5 classic ska bass lines. Ska bass lines are a lot of fun. You get a lot of root thirds and fifths in the bass lines and some great walking lines and some really fast bass lines as well. Make sure you watch the video all the way to the end because I'm sure you have fun trying to play the last bass line. I've written all these riffs down on a PDF with tab as well. You can download that by clicking the link in the description below this video. If you're viewing the video on my website, then click the YouTube icon in the bottom right hand corner. That will load the video into YouTube and then you'll see the description box there. Remember to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube and also go and have a look at gregsbassshed.com. I've got more videos there and lots more bass resources to help you out. Okay, on to riff number 1. We're going to look at 5446 was my number by Toots and the Maytals. This band was formed in the 60s in Jamaica and this is really where ska came from. Along with reggae, it came out of the same scene. And you can hear this similarity in classic ska. It's got lots of reggae influences. So I'll play that riff for you first so you can have a listen. So this pattern's on G and C. So if we start with our little finger on G, so the 5th fret of the D string. So we've got G, 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 F, D, C. So it uses G, F, D and C. And if you can see this on the PDF, I've written that the quavers are swung. That means the 8th notes are swung. So instead of, it's got a swing in those 8th notes. And there's also a short note or a staccato note as it's called on the last beat of the first measure. And also think about the articulation, which is how you play the notes, short or long. So we've got fairly short notes as opposed to so. Try that with me. 3, 4. So that's the main riff, and then we go into the second bit and we stop on the C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, 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 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, 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 boom. And then back into the riff again. So each time we play the C, we play it just once, then twice, then 3 times, then 4 times, following what the lyrics are saying basically. So that's the first riff. So once you can play the first 2 measures, then you can play the whole of that bass line. And you might have noticed that I'm playing it on a P bass, and this has got flat wounds as well, so that's fairly near to the sound a lot of people were using that kind of reggae ska. So they would use J basses as well. I suppose they'd use whatever they can get their hands on, but that's a kind of similar sound to the sound at the time. And it made with a thumb as well. A lot of the reggae guys used to use their thumb. Riff number 2 is Rudy, A Message to You. And this is by Dandy Livingstone, and he was a Jamaican-born singer-songwriter who then moved to Britain at the age of 15. So again, this has got the kind of reggae, a nice reggae feel to it, and it's a really nice groove bass line. basic pattern for this song, but it changes quite a lot. So I'll show you two sections. I'll show you the basic first main riff, and then I'll show you the riff underneath the brass section. But as I said, it changes subtly throughout the song. But if you learn the first bit, that will fit under all of the song because it's the same chords. The first two measures are like this. So we've got A, C sharp, E and F sharp. So we use those for the first measure, we use those 4 notes. Or you can play the A open if you prefer. Whatever you find easiest, really, it doesn't really matter. So try it with me. 3, 4. Again, 3, 4. And then moving on. And that measure uses B, D, E, F sharp. Okay? With me, 3, 4. And again, we'll keep playing that. And we play the whole of the first 2 measures. 3, 4. And we move on to the next 2 measures. So measure 3 is the same as measure 1. And then measure 4. Now the next 2 measures, so measures 3 and 4, are the same as 1 and 2. So we just play that riff round and round. And then if we look at the bit underneath the brass riff, so we're using the same notes, just a slightly different rhythm. So this is on the A. So with me, 3, 4. And then the second measure. With me, 3, 4. And then both those measures, 3, 4. Okay, so you've got those 2 main sections there, so you can play the first one underneath all the verses and choruses, and you can play the second bit underneath the brass riff. On to riff number 3, we're going to look at One Step Beyond by Madness. Now you've probably all heard of Madness, and they were in the ska revival, the British ska revival scene, and this style of ska is called two-tone. So the song's really under a sax line all the way through. So this bass line uses a root, minor third and a fifth. So it's the same, so it's a pattern on A and then the same pattern on F. So remember from our arpeggio, that's a minor arpeggio. So the first 3 notes of the arpeggio. So root, minor third, fifth, minor third. And then F, and then back to C. With me. And then we go down to a G major arpeggio. So we have this pattern, G, which is the root, B, which is the major third, and then we have the fifth, which is D. With a slightly different pattern. So play along with me. So that's 3 times, and then we step down from the G octave. And if we change with our third finger on the G, we're ready to play the C again. So if you watch me do that. Shift. And then we're ready. So you play the whole of that G section. 3, 4. Okay, we'll play the whole lot, and I'll slow it down a bit to make it easier. 3, 4. Okay, that's a really fun bass line there, and it is fairly tricky to play it fast, so just play it slowly first until you can play it really well slowly, and then speed it up. For riff number 4, we can look at Police and Thieves by The Clash. Now, The Clash were a really interesting band. They were part of the British punk rock scene, so that meant a lot of their influences came from ska and reggae still, and this song is a really good example of that. To play this, we start with our first finger on G, so that's the 5th fret of the D string, and then we go G, E, D, E, G. So E is the 7th fret of the A string and D is the 5th fret. With me, 3, 4. And the tag is this. So E, D, E. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So it's on 2 and. Join in. So that's the first 2 measures, and for the next 2 measures we start on A, little finger on A, G, S sharp, E, D. So with me, slowly, 3, 4. Then the tag at the end of those 2 bars is the same as before. E, D, E, E, D, E, E, D, E. Interesting, you can play 4, 2, 1 or 4, 1 and slide down. Which actually I prefer that. So I'm actually bunching my hand up a bit. Find that a bit easier to play that. But again, you experiment with that and find the best thing for you. So if you play the whole riff, so we'll try the whole riff slowed down. 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And that's it. That's the riff for the main part of the song. We'll move on to riff number 5 now, the last riff, and we're going to look at My Hair by Skankin Pickle. This band were an American band from the 1980s punk rock scene, but they'd often used the classic ska style in their songs. Now I'll warn you, this is really fast, so it might be a bit of a struggle to play it. I'll play it for you first so you can have a listen. I'm going to slow it right down for you. So we start on a C with our second finger. And again, that's an arpeggio, just a major arpeggio pattern. So you'll see arpeggios appearing all the time in lots of ska lines. So C major arpeggio. So. And next we've got a descending pattern from the A, G. And that's based on the C major scale. If we play the C major scale up to the A, if you need any help with scales, I've got a 5 essential scales lesson. I'll put the link up here now. If you click on that, that will take you to the lesson. But anyway, we've got the C major scale, so we use those notes coming down. So from A and then G. So A, G, A, G. I'll do it slowly from the A. 3, 4. And then from the G to the whole of the first 2 measures. Okay, and the next 2 measures we've got the same arpeggio and then, so that's still on A and G. So we've got A, C, A, and then a G major arpeggio. So try that with me slowly. 3, 4. So the whole riff. You can use open for the A if it makes it easier, and obviously it's a lot faster. Okay, so that's the bass line to full speed. So you try it first slowly, get all the notes correct, and then see if you can build up speed. And it's a really fun bass line. Well, I hope you enjoyed those 5 riffs. I certainly had a good time making the video. Ska really is an interesting form of music, coming out of the reggae scene and then morphing through into punk and more modern forms of ska. The bass lines are great and they're often really busy with some great walking lines and groove lines. Remember that you can download the PDF of these 5 riffs written out with tab by clicking the link in the description below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and remember you can like, share and comment on this video and let me know how you get on. If you enjoy it, the ska lines, if there's any others that you'd like me to look at. You can also have a look at my website, gregsbassshed.com, and if you sign up to my mailing list, you'll get a whole PDF from the first 50 videos. I'll send those to you. So that's really useful when you're going through those older videos. I'll see you in the next lesson. This is Greg from Greg's Bass Shed.